My name is Gary Reyes. I am the instructor for PSY101 here at NPC, and I wanted to certainly introduce myself to you, to my online students who will rarely get a chance to meet me in person. So I thought a video would just be a nice introduction, and also I wanted to just spend the time to thank you so much for taking my class. It's always such an honor to me to be able to teach these classes, and I'm always amazed that NPC allows me to come back for another semester, and that I have students that want to take my classes, which is just always like I said, it's always an honor, and I just want to thank you all for taking my class. I really appreciate that a lot. Well, let's get started. So this video is just to introduce you to the syllabus, primarily to the structure of the course. I'm not going to go over everything in the syllabus. It's very important for you to read it carefully, especially when there's an online class. You can get a lot of things can be lost in communication, and so this syllabus is really very important for you to read through it carefully so you know what my expectations are of you in the classroom. If you have any questions, my phone number is in the syllabus. I'm giving you my cell number because I travel quite a bit. I have a private practice down in the valley. I'm a forensic psychologist, or my practice deals in forensic psychology. And I want to make sure that you can get a hold of me at any time. So my phone number is 602-578-9704. If you want to get a hold of me, feel free to give me a call. That's also in the syllabus, so you don't have to write it down or anything. It's right there, so you can give me a call if you need to. So this is an introductory to psychology course. It's a fascinating course. It is jam-packed with tons of information, and almost each chapter, as we go through it, can develop itself into a whole 16-week course. And so it's very much like a Reader's Digest version, a very fast version of all of the material that one might be interested in if they delve into the world of psychology. For me, I'm very passionate about it. Like I said, I've been teaching here at the college for a number of years. I love what I do here, and I love my private practice too. It's just so fascinating to be able to see how much we've learned about the human brain and the role that the brain and now we're finding from our gut, the bacteria in our gut plays in who we are. So this is, again, it's an introductory course, psychology course. I'm looking over here at my syllabus because I want to make sure if I cover some key things there. Its key goals to introduce students to the basic fundamentals of psychology. Specifically, it's a survey of various different components of psychology. The textbook we're going to be using is by Feist and Rosenberg. It's an interesting text. I didn't start using it until a few years ago. They are a husband and wife team. They're both psychologists. In fact, she does some consulting for a reality show. And so it's kind of interesting to see their perspective as they put this together. Let me just go over this quickly. I don't have a whole lot of time just for the brevity's sake of this video clip, but there's certain key components that I want to address. First, this class is semi-autonomous. There are some deadlines that have to be completed in order for me to know that you are participating in the class. But it's not, you don't have to do things one week after another week after another week. It's more about there are some deadlines. There is a requirement for you to complete some coursework about every 2 to 3 weeks. That way I know that you're still in the class, and if you don't, then you're likely to be dropped from the class. The one way I measure that attendance is by doing quizzes. The quizzes are at the end of each chapter. Now, there are several chapters that have essay quizzes, and those essay quizzes are kind of an application component of it. They're using a McDonald's, managing a McDonald's, and employing different principles we find in the chapter to running a McDonald's. So I wanted to be very kind of a practical, hands-on type of of application. And I thought, well, it's kind of an interesting approach. Many people might have worked in fast food or maybe managing fast food restaurants. And so it gives you a chance to employ information from the text to real life. And that's what I like so much about psychology, is that it's very applicable. All right, so let me just take a look at this real quick here, guys. See some key components that we want to talk about. So there's quizzes and short essay questions. We talked about that. There are exams. There's 2 exams. There's a midterm and a final exam. And those are exams that are taken online. There are 50 questions, multiple choice, open notes, open book, and you're given a 24-hour period to complete those exams to end. Now, the key thing is that once you open the exam, you can't back out and then come back in. It doesn't work that way. Once it's open, you've got to finish the exam, but you've got 24 hours to do it in. So you have plenty of time to look up your answers in your book, look up your answers in your notes, go back and review lecture material to answer those questions. Let's see what else we got here. Probably the most difficult part of this class is the research paper. That is a 10-page paper. That's the expectation. It's 10 pages long. 1 page is your title page. 1 page is your reference page. 1 page is your critical review, which is going to be a page in length where you're going to evaluate your findings. And the other is just going to be your research. And so you're going to pick a topic. I have a list of topics suggested there. You can pick one from those, or you can make up your own topic. And that's fine. You just need to make sure that it's approved by me. And so that research paper is going to be 10 pages in length. If you're expecting to make an A paper, I wouldn't even consider it to be an A paper if it was less than 10 pages. Just because it's 10 pages doesn't mean it's going to be an A. But you want to make sure that you've got that length. I don't think you can do an adequate amount of research that one would expect for an A paper if it was less than 10 pages long. Again, using APA format, it's double spaced, and so really it's only like 5 pages long, and then you got a title page and a reference page, so it's like 3 pages long. Critical review, so it really kind of shortens up as we go along there. I do ask you to produce an outline. That outline is going to be very important, though. It is kind of a skeleton or a roadmap or recipe of all the ingredients that you're going to put into your research paper. It helps tremendously if you've never written a 10-page research paper. It helps tremendously to do that. It's a course requirement, but to make that outline, and I've got some examples there too, in this particular section where you'll switch over and you can find the syllabus and examples of research papers in an APA format, as well as topics and outlines. Let me see what else we got here. There are, again, we mentioned due dates. Talk those are in the syllabus. I'm not going to reiterate it just for brevity's sake. Let's see what else we've got here. Well, I think that is it. So if you want to communicate with me again, the best way is either calling me, texting me, or emailing me. If you email me, it's going to be about give me 48 to 72 hours to answer them. The same with those essay questions. I'm going to answer those essay questions. Those are, most of the coursework is graded automatically. Essay questions I need to read and grade. They're expected, that's what I ought to mention. They're expected to be 2 paragraphs in length so that you can thoroughly explore the topic. And again, the key thing is you've got to pick information from the chapter and employ it to the problem. It's nice to know that your own thinking, I said, well, this is what I would do, or that's what I would do, but I want you to employ a principle, theoretical orientation of the text, something within the text to answer those questions. And most of those essay questions, I kind of lead you on by giving you some ideas of what might be some answers to the questions. And so, with that said, guys, I think that's just a brief introduction. Again, you've got to read that syllabus. It's extremely important. There is there is a small quiz on the syllabus that's there, that's required for you to do, that's going to help you make sure that you understand the syllabus. But if you have any questions, guys, please feel free to contact me. 602-578-9704 is my phone number. You can email me, you can text me, you can contact me at the college, but probably the best way is my cell phone, because I'm taking that with me wherever I'm at. If I'm down in the valley doing my practice, I got my cell phone there, so you can always call me there. All right, well, thank you again, guys. I appreciate so much you being in the class. And we'll end this video, and then I'm going to go and start to do the introduction to the first chapter of the book. Thank you.